We can't be tamed. We need someone to run wild and free with us, like a horse. Welcome to Something Feral, the podcast where three friends watch, eat, and talk trash. We're your hosts. I'm Kate.
I'm Brianna.
I am Crazy Blaze today.
Yeah, Blaze is in a mood.
I've had a long day.
I was sensitive last week. You're going through it this week.
I've had a very long day, and I am crazy.
Also, you know what I realized? Speaking of long days, long weeks, the current times, when we were recording and I had a cold, I like my cold voice a lot better than my actual voice.
You recently said in one of our podcasts that you were like, I like my voice.
No, I don't mind my voice, but it sounds even better when I have a cold.
What was that, like a Friends episode where Phoebe likes her singing voice when she's sick? So she tries to get sick from everyone.
Oh no, couldn't be. I mean, I too crabby when I'm sick, but my voice, I was like, ooh, who's that sexy girl?
Sexy sick girl. Who said that? I don't remember.
Sexy. I think I said slutty little glasses.
Oh yeah, you know who'd look great in some slutty little glasses?
Our friend's dad.
We're not doing this today.
It's, as Brianna said, it's a thing. We're gonna be doing this until the end of time.
We're not having this today.
Oh yeah. Blaze is sensitive today.
I'm sensitive today. Me.
You needed a salad. Blaze just doesn't want to talk about our friend's hot dad.
We'll change your mind.
You will not. Anyway, why are we here? What are we talking about?
Oh, okay. Before we get into it, I have to issue a correction.
As always.
As always, man. Maverick is insistent that I say that he is not a fan of Love is Blind. And to be fair, he really is, again, such a wonderful person. And the reason he agreed to watch Love is Blind is because I don't really watch a ton of TV on my own. And he always does. He's always got it on. He's always
emotional
paying
support.
attention. Yeah. And he was like, you watch a lot of stuff that I want to watch. And I want you to put what you want to watch on as well. So that is how Love is Blind came to be on in our home. He is not a fan. And you would think when I say Maverick wanted me to issue a correction or make a statement, he does not give a fuck about us and the way I talk about our friend's dad. He thinks it's hilarious.
But will not
stand the accusation of being a Love is Blind fan. I was so to be clear, you don't care that Brianna and I talk about how hot our friend's dad is and how if given the chance, maybe. And he was no, that's awesome. It's hilarious.
So we are going to jump into our special segment for March Madness. We're going to be skipping our feral behavior segments in the interim because this is in fact feral behavior.
Yeah, this is just an extended feral behavior that we are currently partaking in, a real-time feral behavior.
So I will actually need a pen so that we can start.
I've got a few. Blaze just gave all of mine back to me this week.
For the listeners, I thought I was going insane. Pens kept appearing in my room
Honestly,
everywhere.
what a dream.
Every corner.
And they're good pens too. I wasn't leaving shit pens because I'm fussy about my pens.
So we are going to start. We built out AI imagery for all of the individuals that we are putting in our brackets. So we are going to start. I'm going to show Blaze and Kate the images of the first two that are going up against each other. I'm calling them E1, E6, E something for Exes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I coded them.
Oh, just numbers.
Created a bracket. Oh, yeah. No, I'm taking this very seriously.
I love this.
Okay, so we're starting with X number 1. This is the image.
And this is Kate's X, right?
This is Kate's X.
Okay.
The descriptors we used to build this image were
victim mentality, insecure,
whiny, insecure, boring, and balding.
And I would say self-centered. Did we throw that in there?
We did not. So we're just trying to keep to what we told the AI.
Okay, well, I'm going to keep that in because
she's going to keep going.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to start with our categories. Is this individual objectively attractive? I would say no.
I would agree with that.
No.
Okay, so they are not getting a point for being objectively attractive. Yeah. Do they have life skills? I would say so. I think this individual has life skills.
Fewer than you would think. They are self-sufficient. That's true.
Okay, independent.
I would say
yeah, mostly, yeah.
Intelligent.
Yes, but we'll let you know it.
Emotional intelligence.
Oh, no.
Big baby.
No. Habits and hobbies. Boring habits, never fun at parties.
Correct. And also I would argue the habits and hobbies took priority over everything else in everybody else's life too.
His life was the most important.
Exactly. And not just like his career, but like his hobbies and habits were more important than my career, other people's career.
So no, not getting a point.
No, they can't. We can't do that. Also, there were no like fun hobbies we like partook in together, to be clear, either.
Behavior towards women.
You know what? Net negative.
I would agree. This person did not like me because I bullied my husband, apparently.
No, this person didn't like you because you had an equitable partnership with your husband.
Correct, yes.
That was really stunningly clear to me.
Okay. And then last but not least, style.
Boo!
No.
Bad!
No.
Ugly!
No, none of that.
Boring!
All right. For the next ex, this is ex number 16. This is Blaze's ex. This person was described as bland, cheater, bitch baby, simple and soft.
But not mean.
No, just all the other things.
Like, I want to be like, let's give them some credit where credit's
They'll
due.
get credit in the category.
Yeah.
All right. Objectively attractive.
No.
I would say yeah.
No.
Was when we.
I don't even
I
really
would
think
say
so.
when you dated him, I would say he could have
He
been
was
cute.
cool and good looking, yes. Kate has different tastes that Brianna and I don't agree with, so this is going to be
2
very
out of 3.
objective. Yeah.
2 out of 3.
Majority
All right,
wins.
fine. You know what? We can't show pictures, but I know that the listeners would agree with me.
Okay.
Life skills.
Sure, I think.
Went to college.
Has a family, not living with mommy and daddy, so I would say yeah.
Yeah, can pay his own bills.
Intelligent.
Hmm.
Eh.
I don't remember, to be honest.
He wasn't offensively dumb or notably smart.
Yeah, like just very middle of the road.
Could understand basic concepts, though.
That was the criteria. Could understand basic
So
concepts.
yeah, he can have a point.
Emotional intelligence.
None.
None.
Well, he's a cheater, so.
Yeah, so none.
I
None
would say
there.
none.
Habits and hobbies.
He's like cool, I would say a point.
He had good hobbies.
Yeah, I would say point.
Behavior towards women.
Boo, a cheater.
Yeah, no points there. Style.
No.
Mm-mm.
Like, I've seen worse, but it still wasn't good.
All right. The person moving on to the next round.
To the loser round.
Yeah, to the
Egregious
to the
Eight.
Egregious Eight is Kate's ex.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I could have told you that. I knew as soon as you said who they were.
All right.
Sorry, Blaze.
We're moving on to
Sorry to me.
E2, another one of Kate's exes.
Oh, God. He could win. He could win the whole thing.
This person was described to the AI as a predator, ugly, malicious, pouty, and slippery.
We also said insecure. There's no way we forgot that.
No, we didn't add it.
I actually didn't know who that was until you said the last word. I was like, oh,
Slippery?
I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to emphasize that, like, both of these individuals, like, insecure is a defining trait of their personalities.
Yes.
So, like, the AI might not have generated that, but let the record reflect.
I would like to add bitch baby voice.
Absolutely.
If the ick was a voice, it was this man.
Yeah. Objectively attractive?
No.
No, I can own
No.
that. You know what? I will actually argue, though, if you did not hear his voice or know anything about this person,
No.
once upon a time.
No.
Sorry.
Majority rules.
Yeah, you know what? You're probably right. I remember thinking so at the time.
He was unattractive before we found out his personality.
And I heard his voice, yes.
I think that for a fleeting moment in time.
Girl, we've all got uggos on this list.
No, I know.
It's
I'm
okay.
not.
It's okay.
I'm not insecure about that. Like, I'm just trying to say, like, for a fleeting moment, he was not foul looking.
If you say so.
Fleeting. Emphasis on fleeting.
All right. Life skills.
Oh, no. None.
None? Okay.
Almost none.
Independence.
Not really. In some ways, yes, but in many ways, no. Like, he is very codependent.
Okay. Intelligence.
Unfortunately, yeah. That's the common thread. I date a lot of nerds, and, like, the bad nerds are the worst.
Emotional intelligence.
Oh, negative 1,000.
Habits and hobbies.
Also bad. No.
Behavior towards women. I think we all know the answer
worst,
there.
the worst.
Ooh.
Few on this list will beat him there.
Style.
Bad.
Oh.
Wow. This gentleman did not walk away with much.
No, he has no redeeming
Therefore, he
qualities.
moves on.
All right. Moving on to the next individual, one of Blaze's exes.
Oh, us against each other again.
Dude, mine are coming in strong, which is crazy because I feel like you have some real psychos in there.
We're not there. Yeah, but we're
They
just not there
will
yet.
have their moment.
They'll emerge into hell.
All right. So this individual was described as lazy, no ambition, promiscuous, and patriotic.
Patriotic is generous too. Like there are other adjectives that I might have chosen.
Yeah, patriotic in the worst way.
Like in the January 6th, the way that people at January 6th call themselves patriots, like same energy.
Yes.
Oh, you know what? Never mind. Here it is.
Oh.
That literally is someone who was climbing the walls on January 6th. Honestly, he was probably there. We should look into that.
I may have a few exes that were there, and I'm uncomfortable about it.
That's not great. Yeah, those are the ones who could rival my most recent one, who's going to go far.
And I just want everyone to know, I didn't know that they had this in them until after we dated, okay?
Yeah, you dated a lot of these people pre-2016, as
Yes.
did I. I mean, a lot of these are from, like, the archives. So, like, they were emboldened.
Yeah.
All right. So, generally objectively attractive.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I saw a picture recently, though, and, you know, I'll say he looks like Kid Rock, so no, but once upon a time, yes. A fleeting moment.
Life skills.
0. Negative.
No.
No.
Independent.
No.
Nope.
No.
Intelligent.
No.
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 Emotional intelligence.
Yeah, he gave him a point.
Really?
Unfortunately, yes.
Interesting.
He was not cruel to women.
Right, but, like, could he discuss his feelings in a way that was, like, appropriate?
Yes.
Okay.
He didn't have like little pissy
Tantrums?
bits.
No. He was spiritual.
Okay. Habits and hobbies.
Oh.
I mean, once upon a time or currently, because it's very different.
Is shooting Bud Light cans considered a hobby?
I would actually say yes. He does some cool things.
You know what? This is fun because it's full of surprises.
Behavior towards women.
Oh,
Which way did he vote, Blaze?
okay, no point.
Style.
Yes, I would say a point for that.
Okay.
Oh, interesting.
All right. So the winner, no surprise.
Absolutely.
Oh,
It's hilarious that he beat out like someone who was at the Capitol on January 6th.
we can say it. Who is racist?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Like,
Again, I didn't know.
I would also argue that the more I learned about him, the worse he got. Like, he never said anything racist or like posted anything racist, but like, I would be very unsurprised to learn that he had like some prejudice. I could absolutely see that.
Okay. On that note,
We started strong.
Yeah.
Good.
this will be me v Blaze.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
an observer now.
Yeah.
So this is X number 3, and I guess you guys will probably know who this is.
Oh, the weenie.
The weenie.
Oh, the weenie. Yes. How could we
So
forget?
the description was
Weenie.
whiny, balding, unmotivated, weird family, soft.
Yeah. And like, wait, really quick. When we say soft, we don't mean someone who's like,
Physically soft.
or like considerate and like emotional and like gentle. Like gentle masculinity is not what we're talking about here. We're talking about soft, like mentally soft and like no like emotional intelligence or mental toughness.
Yes.
Like the way that women have like a degree of mental toughness, many men do as well. People like of all genders, whatever. But like when we say soft, we mean zero mental toughness. Mental fortitude is lacking.
Mental fortitude, yeah.
I just wanted to clear that up.
Okay. Objectively attractive.
No.
No.
I thought so at the time.
Fleeting moment doesn't
Fleeting
count.
moment,
No.
I know. Life skills.
No.
No, real quick. Remember when he called you to drive far away? You were like not near him at the
About
time.
40 minutes, I think.
40 minutes? I didn't know it was that far.
Yeah, probably.
So you drove the better part of an hour to go change his tire.
Yeah.
Dude, when I told my father that story, ooh. Oh boy.
Yeah. No,
Wow. Shame. Speaking of bringing back shame.
I changed my own tire by myself because I was too scared to call AAA, and I would rather die than have a man come in the middle of the woods fix my car.
Yeah, you were in like the middle of nowhere.
Weenie behavior. I'd never done it before. I figured it out.
He wasn't like in the middle of nowhere and you were the closest person. He was in like a suburb.
Correct. He also had a spare tire. It wasn't like I was bringing him tools.
Oh, he had it with him and he had tools with him?
Correct.
Wow.
Wow.
He just didn't know how to do it.
Neither did I. YouTube.
He had a phone with YouTube on it at the time.
I believe so, yeah.
His was like, he's a weenie bitch baby. Mine was because I was too scared to call a man to come do it, and he would kidnap me. No. But that is the patriarchy.
The difference between men and women.
Yeah.
Right there.
Independence.
No, the least.
The only thing I will say is
Bottom
like
of the list.
forcibly independent.
No, so not independent despite extreme efforts to make him independent.
Right, yeah. Yeah.
The least independent on the list, perhaps.
Emotional intelligence. I don't think he gets a point for that one. No. I mean, he was always kind.
Okay, yeah, but like he had no...
That's more behavior. Yeah. Habits and hobbies. I would say he really didn't have any like bad habits or like shitty hobbies.
He didn't have cool hobbies, though. He didn't do much.
He wasn't... Yeah, he didn't do much.
He didn't do much.
No. He can't be the only one that doesn't have any points, you guys.
I mean, that's the point of this game.
Okay. Behavior towards women, always good.
Yeah, he wasn't awful towards women. Too close to certain women, I would say.
Agreed. Style was fine.
Fine.
Yeah. He always dressed and kept himself well.
Acceptable.
Okay. Ex number 2 is one of Blaze's exes. And this individual, let me grab the image. Family issues, lazy, and bland.
Oh, okay. Why are mine all lazy?
Lazy's tough, though, because his job is not one that a lazy person could do.
We will talk about that in categories.
Okay.
Nobody, yeah, he only did that because he didn't want to have a harder job.
That is a hard job. That's a really hard job.
No, but like, I can't explain it. He wanted to retire early, basically.
Okay, and he thought that part-time
So he
gig would
worked
do
really
it.
hard. He like front-loaded his hard work.
Yes. He was working at the job he could retire the soonest.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Because he wanted to retire and not do anything. That was his goal.
And that was his full-time job?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Interesting.
Objectively attractive.
Yes.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
You primarily have good-looking exes, I feel
I
like.
do.
I would be ready to argue about some of them.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them for sure.
we all have our moments.
But largely, yeah.
Life skills.
Sure.
Yeah, he did. For that job, you have to have a lot of life skills.
Independence.
Yeah.
Yeah. Intelligence.
Yeah.
Was he smart?
I don't really know.
Emotional intelligence.
Boo.
No.
None. Habits and hobbies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Point. Yeah. For emotional intelligence, no point because he broke up with me on my birthday. After I told him that my ex the year before had broken up with me days after my birthday. So he purposely broke up with me on my birthday and just ghosted me and we never spoke again. He used that to like break up with me because he was too pussy to do it in real life.
It's crazy that his takeaway from that story was, I should do it on her birthday.
Right. That's the better decision.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Behavior towards women.
Bad. No points.
Okay, wait. Question, though. Serious question here. Behavior towards women. Obviously, like what you described is bitch baby behavior. That said, was he net negative towards all women?
I don't know, to be honest.
Because that's how I was thinking of this.
How did he vote?
Don't know.
Yeah, he's kind of an enigma.
He's a ghost on social
Like a
media.
bland.
It's like he died when we stopped talking because he's nowhere to be found. So I don't know.
Style.
Good.
Yeah, he didn't look stupid.
Well, this was a blowout.
Yeah, the weenie had to ascend.
The weenie has won. I will say, though, this puts the next one, I think we should, because it puts one of my exes up against your exes.
All right, fine.
And it's a good one.
Real quick, I just want to say it's interesting that your ex, Blaze, who just lost to Brianna's, had a job that those two exes of mine wanted and never could have done. Like, believed in their hearts, believed in their core that was the job that they would have if they weren't doing what they did.
What?
But truly could never.
No, they're too bitchy baby.
Yeah, and the one, well, that's going to be too specific.
This job is, how do we describe this job? I mean, this requires
physical strength,
physical
mental
labor.
strength.
Mhm.
Like, it's a hard job. It is crazy that they thought so. And I can't be too detailed, but just know that they could never have done this job.
All right, ex number 1. This is one of my exes.
Oh, God.
Or ex number 4. This individual was described as clingy, overconfident, lazy, with bad taste.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so let's start. Objectively attractive.
No, he was not attractive. Never was.
Life skills.
Very few.
Intelligent.
He was smart.
Yeah, he was smart.
And did not use it
But
at
did
all.
not use it.
Did not use it for good.
Emotional intelligence.
I would argue that he had that.
I was going to say for the age that we dated.
And broadly, like, I don't think he always made, like, the right choices, but, like, I don't think he was, like, emotionally.
Stunted, no.
No.
Habits and hobbies. Not a point. Did not have
No.
any habits or hobbies that were good. He was a smoker. Behavior towards women. Solid
he was
enough.
fine. Yeah,
He never offended me.
That's a point.
yeah, he should have a point for that.
Style.
He wasn't like a misogynist.
Net negative.
Ooh, yeah.
No, he did not have good style.
No, he did not. Wow. Okay, that went by fast. Not a strong start for my friend. Okay, this is Kate's ex.
Which one is that?
Protective.
Oh, you know what? He doesn't deserve to even be in this bracket. He's so much better than all these other guys, and like
Protective. A little crazy.
yeah, but like the fun kind.
Creative and anti-establishment.
Yeah, he was cool. I wish him well.
Okay. So this individual, as Kate has aggressively discerned, does not deserve to be in the bracket.
No, he does. He like
We can't all be winner losers.
yeah, I know. Well, you gave me two
Loser
like of
winners.
the worst losers, and then this like great person.
Objectively attractive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Life skills.
Tons.
Independent.
Very much so.
Mm-hmm. Intelligent.
Yes. He's a great person.
Emotional intelligence.
Sky high. Expressed it in creative ways, but it was very much there. Yeah.
Habits and hobbies.
Good.
We have to give him a ding somewhere for the
No,
car.
Oh, that's not fair. Come on.
Yes, it is.
The car?
When he lit the car on fire.
Oh, some like asshole's car on fire?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus. I
Sorry.
wouldn't bring up
That's
the-
what I thought you were saying. I was like, this is like,
No,
what the
that's
fuck is wrong with you?
wild.
Yeah.
No,
I didn't
was
know
talking about
that.
having, like,
No, yeah, okay.
No, you remember him lighting some like dickhead's car on fire.
Yeah, I need to know
Him
that
and
guy
some friend.
did.
But yeah, he did that.
Yeah, no, that's true.
He did say he was protective.
That's true. But like he like had hobbies and they were good ones. You know what I mean? Like that was a very chaotic thing. You know, he was a bit of a chaotic youth.
Yeah.
But only in protection of others.
Behavior towards women, positive.
Positive.
Yeah.
Good things.
And then style. Not I don't think he deserves a point for style.
No,
He
was
always
never,
has like a weird haircut too.
which was hot.
Blaze, help me out here.
I don't remember.
Yeah, he didn't have the best style. He could have improved upon that.
Well, my ex is moving forward.
Well, obviously.
Yeah.
Again, this person did not deserve to be in the shit 16. Like,
No, but they had some shit behavior. Not towards you.
yeah, to be clear, never towards me. Absolutely never towards me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I would argue towards people who really deserved it. Is it shit behavior or is it people get what they deserve when they cross this person?
So, folks, that is the first 4 battles of the Exes. So we will post the winners.
We gotta post all the pictures of them.
We'll post
and we gotta
all-
label
but
them.
we will identify the winners.
yeah.
The losers.
The losers. The winners. Winnoosers.
The first 4 games of Battle of the Exes. So going into
The first round.
The first, well, not the full first round. This is half the first round.
Correct.
But we will do the next 4 rounds in our next episode. So buckle up because it will stay as wild as it has.
And get worse.
Probably.
Yeah, some will get
We've got
worse.
some rough ones in here still to come up. All right, folks. So now we'll move on to our more traditional segment. Trash and Treasure.
Trash and treasure.
Yes. What do we have?
So I want to issue a bit of an update on the Gabby Petito stuff that we were talking about last week. We all have watched the documentary. There's obviously some things that we were not privy to in the last episode. Some of those things include like where the letter was found or also like him going missing, quote unquote. He didn't really go missing, as we all know now. But there were definitely some things we forgot, but highly recommend watching. It was a lot more in depth than I think I remember the information being around the case. I was like, oh shit, that's a lot worse than I thought.
Okay, can I say something? Because I know there's a conspiracy that he is alive and well.
I
And
have some thoughts.
just want to say, when they were looking for him for weeks, and all of a sudden, like, the parents were allowed to go in the park and find him, they find him in hours? I'm sorry. They found him and no cops could for weeks after
Dude, it is
scouring
weird.
the
No.
area?
Okay, here's the thing. It is suspect. It looks weird. Like, I totally agree with that. Obviously, like, you know, I could say, like, oh, there was the flooding and blah, blah, like, whatever. It is very suspect. It is very weird. Here is why I believe he's dead. Because he is a fucking coward. And he would never take accountability. That letter where
yeah.
he gave that bullshit story about, like,
How she fell.
she fell in the water and was cold, so I strangled her because I thought I was helping. My blood boiled.
Yeah, he said she tripped and fell, and he's like, I put her out of her misery because she begged me to,
And it
or
was
something.
cold.
Yeah.
Like, you were camping. Like, also, she fell in a river in the summer.
In the desert.
Yeah. And I know it gets cold at night, but it doesn't get so cold that, like,
She had to die because of her injuries.
yeah, like you weren't in Antarctica where like your expedition failed in the 1800s and you were starving to death and the hypothermia was
Yeah,
taking
dysentery, and you're covered
you.
wagon.
No, shut up. Like, and
Please.
putting that in a letter, crying to his family. I think he's dead because he shot himself because he's a fucking coward. And I don't think that people who die by suicide are cowards. Like, I think him taking his life is cowardly. He would rather shoot himself in the fucking head than face a single consequence. And we know that because of his like bitch ass letter he wrote, the money he fucking stole from her, him killing her, and then like his parents are cowards too. Apple and Tree, like those losers. And that's why I think he's dead, because I don't think he's smart enough or savvy enough to like live on the run. Maybe he is. I don't fucking think so. I think he fucking shot himself in a swamp because he's a coward and a loser. That's what I think.
I'm with Blaze on this one.
I don't think so.
There's something so fishy to me about him going quote unquote missing, him being found by his family.
Totally.
And like the amount of effort his parent, like when you look at all the calls and all of the like the lawyer stuff and like all the stuff his parents did, I just don't think, like, again, this is all conspiracy theory in my own head, but I'm with Blaze on this one. Like, there's a part of me that believes that they faked his death and put him out on the run.
Yeah, and wasn't his body like way too decomposed for the timing? I know he's in a swamp and like all that
This is
stuff.
why I want to donate my body to science, remember?
So you can find the truth.
So we can find the truth.
Put me in the water. And
I mean, also there are so many animals in swamps. So like, yeah, in certain swamps and certain bogs, like bodies are preserved. But like when there's just like gators and like rats, like that's what the autopsy report said. Like it wasn't just like gators that got him. It was like rats and like raccoons and like feral dogs.
That's right. My
Pippa.
feral friends.
Pippa was there chomping on Brian Landry's body.
On that note, we've also all watched another documentary that I at least would like to talk through for Trash and Treasure, which is what was it? The Devil
in My Family or something?
Yeah.
The Devil in the Family?
The Ruby Franke story.
Franke story.
Woof. Excellent documentary. Really tough watch.
So do we want to give some backstory?
Yeah, go for it, Blaze.
So Ruby Franke she's like a Mormon mom of 6. And her husband kind of in the beginning was like, she didn't feel like she was getting like enough attention as a mom and credibility. So she started a YouTube channel. And I was like, wow, okay.
There's a weird Mormonism effect of that
Yeah,
too.
and Mormons are all about perfectionism and all about that. So
They're like encouraged to vlog.
right. So she starts this YouTube channel and it starts off pretty normal. She's just filming her kids, but then they start getting more followers and, if they don't want to participate, she starts getting angry
Well,
at
like
them.
some of the kids are getting older.
They're getting older. They don't want to be on film. They say that, like, I don't want to be filmed today, Mom. And so she starts getting angry and then they get more defiant and then she gets more nasty. So it really devolves into like something very dark. And then she meets Jody Hildebrandt.
Her alleged lesbian lover.
I loved that. I was like,
I know.
oh, wow.
When her daughter said that, I was like, damn.
Yeah, that made a lot of sense to me.
Jody Hildebrandt was what? This like fake guru therapist.
She was an actual therapist.
Lost her license.
But she lost her license, yeah.
And I think they said something like the church denounced her too.
Got canceled by everyone you could in this field.
It wasn't just like, oh, like
everybody, the town, the therapists in the town.
well, like even her clients were like, she is terrible. Like she had like a ton of bad reviews.
her
too.
colleagues, like people she used to work with.
The therapists in this Mormon town were like, he was mentioning that there were lives being ruined from her. Like he'd never met her, but his clients' lives have been ruined from this woman. She is basically an insane fake therapist and
very focused on discipline and like respect and like children need to be
Obedient.
obedient. Yeah, obedient is the right word.
And like any sort of like childlike behavior, like or any sort of like pushback that kids give, just
they
like
had
from
the devil
growing
in them.
Yeah, she was like evil, like punishment.
But eventually she got her like talons into Ruby Franke. Now, obviously, Ruby Franke was not exactly like a perfect person, I think, before Jody got involved.
No, definitely not.
She was like going down a dark path and then latched on to this dark person.
Jody made Ruby a coach.
Yeah, she like worked for her or whatever.
Well, they would start doing videos together.
Yeah, she was like her right hand.
It turned very dark and they were both like focused on teaching your kids to be obedient and how to coach your kids on obedience. It was very dark. And then at some point, God, this was crazy. At some point, Jody would say openly that she had like the devil inside her. Like she was possessed.
Videos
Oh my
of her
God.
being possessed.
Fake possessed. Yeah, I was like, are they serious? I think to further like people believing that she's like fighting this demon, then she knows what she's talking about because she's fighting her own demons.
Ugh.
And the demons are in your children, and I can show you how to beat that.
But then
Ugh.
she like recruits Ruby and her husband to do exorcisms on the, like, and I'm like, why are you qualified to do that? I also didn't know that like demons and exorcisms, that to me is like very Catholic. But is that? I don't know. We'll look to our resident religious expert.
Religious expert. Wow.
You're the closest thing we got, babe.
Yeah, I mean, that was interesting to me too, because like, again, it's like a very old school Catholic thing, right? I mean, I know what I know about the Mormon church from like the podcast I listened to and like, you know, whatever, but I'm not like intimately familiar with like practices and exorcisms and stuff. That feels very like, it feels very like evangelical to me, like intense evangelical or like old school Catholic, but I don't know that that's like big in the Mormon church, but like I know that some of, and not for like every Mormon obviously, but like some of the doomsday stuff, that's like an underlying thread in the religion.
They were like, well, also like Ruby Franke, they were like convinced the world was coming to an end because COVID hit.
That and like that prepping behavior, like that is not so out of the realm of ideas for the church, as I understand. And like they say that too. And I say that because like I was listening to a podcast called Mormon Stories where it's clear that the religion that they practiced and the doomsday element like tied in very neatly together, which like allowed for this to like not become what it did.
Escalate it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's so crazy to me when like, again, preppers, like everything you prepared for theoretically during COVID happened. Like you should be in your house with your supplies, but instead they were all like outside, like yelling at Olive Garden about like not wanting to wear masks. Like what you were preparing for happened.
Yeah.
Shouldn't you feel vindicated? Like you should feel good and stay inside. Like that's what you wanted.
They didn't feel good. They didn't ascend. They were excited to ascend to their special planets that they've created because they're Mormons. Isn't that the thing? It's like they all have their own planets.
I think you get your own planet at the highest level of heaven.
I remember that being a thing in Sister Wives.
Yeah, I think that's the rule.
Poor Cody. All his planets just
Floating away in space.
floating away in space.
Yeah, that's tough.
So
Sorry, bud.
basically, you have this woman who's like devolving into like crazy, and then she meets an even crazier person.
Like if she wasn't religious, you'd think she was having a psychotic break.
Exactly. And that was the way to cover it up that this is normal. Like, oh, yeah, of course my disobedient kids have devils inside them. Sure. So it basically devolved into like Ruby kicking her husband out of the house. And then she moved to like an even more remote place in the desert. And then basically locked up the youngest kids like in rooms and, you know, held them hostage. Tortured them.
Trying
didn't
to
feed
starve out the demons.
Starve out the demons. She's like, I will not feed a demon. The people that followed her were like, this is wrong. This is a cult. They tried to call, you know, the police or whoever and to report it. And they were like, well, if you haven't seen any injuries, like we can't do anything.
Oh, yeah, because the neighbors kept calling CPS.
And then they were locked up and they never saw them again. She's like, I should have lied. I should have said I saw something. I felt so bad. She was like, I should have lied, but
And the sister called too. The sister called and
nobody did anything.
no.
The only way they got found out is the boy escaped. Yeah. He escaped and he went to a neighbor's house and they called the police. And it was horrible. And now I'm depressed again.
Well, now one cop said like he saved his and his sister's life, and that is so clear.
Oh my God. Well, I mean, they had said that their emaciation was so severe that because they were also, Ruby and Jody were like packing up to leave.
Yeah.
The other thing that was really weird to me, the dad is in the documentary.
We need to talk about the dad.
We need to talk about the dad.
Oh my God.
I couldn't believe he was in it, and then I realized why he wasn't convicted, because he was gone and he just left for a year.
That's the craziest part. Like, could you imagine not seeing your little kids for a year and just waiting on your wife to call you? Like,
He didn't fight back.
yeah.
Weenie. She said, leave, get out of the house, I'm now a lesbian. And he just, she didn't say that, but that was assumed. And he just left.
He's like, okay.
I hated him.
Me too. Because like, and his whole thing was like, oh, I was brainwashed. And it's like, you know what? Maybe you were brainwashed. Fine. But like, also, that's not a valid excuse when you are a parent and like your kids are in danger.
He was also getting text messages from like the neighbors and his like daughter.
Yeah.
And he was ignoring them and blocking people because he was like, the weird thing to me was like, it took him hearing that they were moving. He was like, no, wait, what? I'm like, that's the trigger?
Yeah, like he didn't believe anything at that point.
Yeah. And he was still in those weird Jody classes.
Oh my God, that's right.
Like, weenie behavior.
Do the older kids talk to the dad?
I think they tried to, and he wouldn't answer them.
But didn't he say at one point, like, he was like hugging his son and they were crying because he like realized it, like, whatever?
Yeah, but that was after they found the kids and like told him that like her and Jody were like fleeing, basically.
Okay, so that's right. He didn't have a relationship with the older kids either.
No, because the older ones are disowned by Ruby, and he was a simp for Ruby. So,
that's right.
you know, he's like, I can't talk to them either.
So those older kids also had like no parent, really.
Correct.
Like Sherry did. I don't remember what Chad's status
Chad
was.
was like, he was actually close to Jody. Like, he was convinced he had a demon.
He was also in classes with her during that time.
But they were older, so they didn't get tortured.
She kicked Chad out, the son, and the dad at the same time.
Oh, okay.
But told them they also could not speak. And then the daughter
What?
was already at school. But at that point, she said, you cannot talk to your dad or your brother. And then she then also got like excommunicated or whatever they call it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, dude. It was nuts.
I'm like, I'm sorry. If I'm the husband, you're not going to tell me I can't talk to my own children.
Who you're also kicking out.
Right.
Also, like, that's child neglect. He might not have been guilty of child abuse, but he's certainly guilty of child neglect.
Yeah, like he was still their guardian and he left them.
Exactly.
God.
Yeah, anyway, more garbage.
Yeah. More shit parents.
Neglectful shit loser parents.
And just like, can I just say, like, I don't really understand
Yes.
who like watched this channel. Like, they talked about it being like such a big channel. And she was like America's Mom. And I was like,
Mormons. I mean, Mormons and pedophiles, I'm sure.
ugh. Well, and a bunch of states are now starting to pass like laws that protect like influencer kids.
That's what Shari's
The daughter.
the daughter. She's like advocating.
Sherry, yeah.
Sherry, she's advocating against like family blogging. Like she's making it her mission to like put some rules around it. So like you don't have to be filmed unwillingly like they were.
Well, in California and Illinois now, I think, are the two states. They passed laws saying that like they have to set aside a certain amount of money for kids. And I
They
think
should be in like fucking SAG.
no, I agree. I agree. Well, and that's what they're modeling them after is like child actor laws.
Yeah.
Because like that's what these kids essentially are, but like it's worse because like
They don't have a choice.
they don't have a choice and it's like their parents are their bosses. Yeah, they're not like going to a movie set. They're like living on set. And so I think it's Illinois and California that have passed laws. I think there's legislation that's been introduced in Utah and that's like what Sherry's been like talking about. Oh, real quick. Okay, sorry. Utah has passed legislation to protect child performers and social media stars, including those featured in family vlogs. The legislation includes requiring parents to put money aside for their children and allowing children to remove content they don't like. So there's House Bill 322 that requires parents to put 15% of their child's income from social
That's not
media
enough.
or acting into a trust. I agree. Allows children to remove certain content they don't like once they reach a certain age. And yeah, members of the Franke family testified to the harms of family vlogging. Sherry Franke told lawmakers that there is never ever a good reason for posting your children online for money or fame.
That's true.
Let's move on. We beat this one to death. I am depressed.
It was so much worse than I expected it to be.
So trash and treasure.
Treasure in that like
It was well made.
Yeah, really, really good documentary. Very, very bad topic.
trash person
What's with the bad mommies lately?
and dads.
Well, comatose dad. What did
Comatose
I say?
dad, yeah.
Just up and left.
Crazy. You know, it's been a weird day.
It has been a
We're
rough
all like
day.
PMSing. I know we are. I am.
I am. I worked out for like 3 hours today in hopes of feeling normal. It didn't work.
Not me.
It did nothing until I took a little stroll in the like weird wet weather. I mean, that helped a little, but
March, here we are.
here we are.
And like for our listeners, you know what doesn't work on PMS/period week? Our medication to fix our ADHD.
No.
Doesn't work, apparently.
It's so hard to exist.
Yeah. Double that with the depression you get. Great combo.
And you expect me to channel this energy on a farm?
Think again.
No, thank you. I have a treasure that's not
Ooh.
related to violent parents and deadbeat dads.
Ooh, will it lighten our moods?
Yeah, it's a very dark treasure, but a good one. So I'm reading the book. It's a collection of short stories called The Bloody Chamber by Angela Carter. It is so good. It is all like dark gothic fairy tales. Think like Nosferatu energy, but like more fairy tale vibes.
Ooh, okay. I thought you were just going to say more fairies.
No, I've yet to encounter a fairy.
Not putting me in a good mood.
Well, if you read these, it will. It's basically...
We're not as goth as you.
No, probably not.
For being hot and nice, you're very goth.
Yeah, actually. Well, a lot of goths are nice. I would say most of them are, actually.
I just mean like outwardly nice.
And she's not outwardly goth, only on the inside.
Right.
I respect the goths. I like a lot of...
I mean, that's why you like the Catholic energy. Catholic aesthetic.
Such a good aesthetic.
Right. That's goth.
That's what a friend of mine said. I was like explaining Catholicism to her. She grew up without religion. She's like, no, it makes sense why you like it. It's like so goth. You're like drinking blood. There's like the like stained glass windows, like the gold, the incense. I was like, again, this is not my church, but like I have nothing but respect for the aesthetics. But it is very gothic and I love it. I read one of the stories in college because a friend was assigned it in an English class and was like, you got to read this. Like In the Company of Wolves is the first short story I read, which is kind of like Little Red Riding Hood-esque, but again, like gothic feminism.
We're losing Blaze.
I just have something in my eye.
All right, whatever. Sorry for fucking...
my eye. I'm not bored. Shut up, Brianna.
All right, I don't know what the fuck do you want me to do?
Nothing.
I didn't do anything. I just had something in my contact.
No, we're listening. I thought Blaze was drifting off.
No, I was had dirt in my eyeball.
Whatever.
She's been in a bad mood all day.
Don't put this on me.
I'm not putting this on anyone. I'm just trying to give a nice treasure, and it's getting
She's
no
mad
acknowledgement.
again.
She's mad again. Look what we've done. How do we get here again? Oh yeah, our medication's not working.
That's right.
And my eyeballs are dry. And now I'm in trouble for it.
I've been putting in eye drops lately, like an old lady, and I'm a big fan.
I mean, I put my contacts in at 8 a.m. this morning on
That's
the
why
longest day of my life.
You've
I
had
have
them
not
in
had
for
a
too
chance.
long.
Yeah, they're like 8-hour ones.
Put those slutty little glasses on.
No!
Just like you know who.
I'm sorry, Kate. Can you please finish your story?
Yes, we're listening now.
I don't want to fucking talk if I'm trying to bring something to the table.
We're listening.
No one is bored, and like you implied, I'm not actually bored. I just had something in my eye.
All right, well, I mean, that's it. They're like cool goth, reimagined fairy tales with like a feminist touch and like it's a very nice escape.
How long are they?
They're short. I have the book with me by accident. I've just like been carrying it around.
Oh, I like the label. I like the look.
Yeah, it's really good. And I've just been having trouble. Like once in a while I'll hit this rut with reading. And it's because I'm reading too much that's like nonfiction or too serious.
Well, I have a book series for you that we refuse to get into.
I can't do Akatar. I'm sorry.
You read 2 pages. It
I
gets
know.
good, I promise. And I'm not a reader. I read it.
I know. I think it's cool that people like it. Like I really love to see.
What did you call it?
Oh,
What was it?
because what is it? It's A Court of Thorns and Roses.
Right, you were like, what was it? Shit.
Did you come up with a different name for it or something?
Yeah, I
something with ravens.
Like Ravens and Crowns or something, or like Fire and Ravens. Or
Fire and
I
Ravens,
don't know.
yeah.
Pretty goth. Sounds right up your alley.
I was trying to make it more goth to enjoy it.
It is goth. It's cool.
A Song of Fire and Crows.
Okay.
That's what it was.
You didn't give it a chance. It is good.
Dude, yeah,
It
I
might
know.
be too stupid for your intelligent brain.
No, I don't think that. I mean, I'm not.
But like you are very well read compared to.
But I read
other.
I read all kinds of stuff though. Like I'm not.
But you read a
pretentious.
lot of fiction.
Nonfiction.
Oh, sorry. Yes, you read a lot of nonfiction.
I've
and
gotten into fiction lately, though. Fiction's good. I could use some more fiction. That's why I'm reading. And like, whenever I hit this rut, I just have to pick up something like a little weird, and it usually like drags me out. And like, this is really what I needed. Like, I needed just like a total escape.
Something short.
Yeah, short, dark, digestible. I mean,
No, it's cute.
yeah. Here, take a look.
I am interested in this story.
That's right.
Brianna.
You'll take what I give you, and you'll like it.
She tried to turn me against you, but
I
I'm fine.
didn't do anything. You were
Dude,
laying down.
The first
Something
one,
in my eye.
the Bloody Chamber, I think you would really like. Of what I've read so far,
Oh, this first sentence I just flipped to. Oh boy. I had bled, and perhaps I had seen his face without its mask, and perhaps I had not. Yet I had infinitely disheveled by the loss of my virginity. Oh my god.
On that note, should we read a letter?
I didn't expect that. I did not read this before. Okay.
You really came to an interesting page.
That is very funny. I flipped to that page.
Of all
So
the,
I
and
sent
it's
it-
not, this book isn't like,
Smutty.
no, like of all the things you could have flipped to, that is a really chaotic one. But very good. If you like Game of Thrones, you would love the Bloody Chamber story. Anyway, I'll loan it to you and I'm done. I'm really enjoying it. So if anyone has any weird, dark, gothic stuff, send it my way.
That's right.
That's what I need right now.
She's our goth queen
With her big feelings.
with her big feelings.
Yeah, I do have a lot of feelings.
Apparently they're here today too.
The feelings are in the
You guys
room
are
with
both
us.
in moods.
I accepted mine.
I'm accepting mine. I'm just not accepting negative feedback when I'm giving it my best.
Yeah.
All right. Do we want to move into our...
Is it time for the letter?
I think it's time for letters. I've got 2 letters.
That letter looks long.
They're both single page, like one pagers. We've got one letter, and this letter is a letter to another guy about Edward.
Was it the one she quote unquote accidentally sent to
Correct.
Edward, but it was not
This is
an
so
accident?
meta.
Bella wrote this to Mike about Edward.
Oh my, I don't have the patience for this shit.
Do you want me to read it for you?
I don't know if you can. It's in the light pencil
Oh,
you
God.
hate.
Are there better ones?
Yes, the other one.
Can I read one of my goth stories instead?
Oh, you know what? If you're feeling goth, then this is the right
Yeah,
one.
Kate, give it a go.
If I'm feeling goth, I should read the cheerleader's letter.
This is a good one.
Give it a go.
I say this as a former cheerleader, no shade.
That book is too cool. Read the stupid letter. Her face.
You're gonna like it.
And you can read pencil. You're such a good reader.
Shut up.
I am not.
You're such a good reader.
We know I'm not.
You are the whole fucking ACOTAR series. That's so many books.
No, I listened to it on audiobook.
Okay, well, you still digested the whole thing.
Which apparently is not real reading to some.
No, I don't feel that way. I
Thank
can't
you.
like digest it or like I have to read it. Okay, fine. I'll read this.
Against her will, she will read us the letter.
It's so long. Okay. I'd rather read one of my goth stories.
You're such a good reader.
Way more
You're
interesting.
You'll read it so fast.
You're so good at reading. You're so good.
So beautiful and
You're
fast at reading. You're so smart.
skinny.
So skinny and
Oh my
smart.
god.
She's like, I hate this.
No, stop it. Give me more compliments, please. All right, fine. Hey, Eddie, I'm sure you're wondering why I've been acting weird lately. Well, it's because I'm so screwed up right now. I'm really confused. I really hate this. I really, really do. Man, I hate not being with you. You just don't understand. You're just so, I just can't get over any of this. It's a huge thing. I've been trying so hard to get over you or get back together with you. Obviously, we're not getting back together because you don't have one goddamn feeling for me anymore. Oh, the whole Mike situation. You had no reason to get pissed off at him. You cannot tell me anymore who I can and can't talk to. If we were together, you could, but we're not, so you can't. Don't even get pissed at him because we talk. That's so stupid. Very, very childish. Why do you think that you can control me or him from talking to each other? Babe, sorry to burst your bubble, but you can't and never will. If I'm going to talk to him, I will. I'm sorry, but that's the way it is and is gonna be, so get over it. All right? Now, I don't care anymore about this. Yeah, I still love you, but I'm just gonna have to get over you. And that's the way it is. I've been talking to someone too, so that's helping. You know him quite well. I'm not gonna tell you, so take a guess. No, it's not Emmett. No one here. Bella, right back. She like signed it, but like it didn't.
It's
the
not a
punctuation.
typical sign off for her.
The punctuation doesn't make sense. Can I be mean?
Yes.
I don't want to like, okay, this is a high schooler. Like her brain is not developed. In high school, God knows. I mean, look, I will find those diaries and we will read them. Like I've said it and I mean it. You know, like I did a lot of dumb things in and post high school. Trust me. I just have like way too much pride to have written a letter like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've always been that way, I think. And like, again, I've done some very dumb things, but I don't think I could write a letter like that and give it to someone. Like, that's where like
your line. That's your line.
yeah, I could never like beg someone to take me back, you know?
Oh,
like,
that's one of many letters of that kind.
and again, I am not judging this person because I did like, yeah, I might not ever like write a letter asking begging someone to take me back, but like, I've dated some losers who treated me not well. Like we all have, but like the thought of being like, I love you and you have to be with me and I want you to be with me, and like them having that, like I couldn't.
And their future spouse reading it on a podcast.
Again,
We're too stubborn for that.
exactly. Yeah, too stubborn,
Too prideful.
Too prideful.
What does the internet say? Like, you couldn't waterboard that out of me?
Yeah. Like again, it's the writing all of that down. Like if I read that, like I couldn't give it to someone.
A man is never going to know if that is my feeling toward them.
No, certainly
No,
not.
God, no.
Nope.
All right,
we
let's
should just wrap it up.
Yeah, let's jump into Feral Trash Night, which we kind of already a little bit had.
Yeah,
Oh.
because I had a bad day. So
Are we parting? Are we saying farewell? I would like to watch some trash. I think my body needs it.
No, I'm talking about what we already ate.
Oh, yeah, pop
What?
and gummies.
Kate had pop and
You
God
said you ate
gummies
before.
for dinner.
Oh, yeah.
Did you
I
not?
mean, no, I ate before. Like I'm just saying
Okay.
together, like us as a collective. Like I had
Blaze
some,
and I had McDonald's.
I had a few of your
Yeah.
fries.
And Kate had a few of our fries. You know, like a monster.
I need to tell the listeners that Kate makes me order pop with light ice at the McDonald's, and it is so embarrassing every
Oh my
time.
gosh, what? Like people, it's an option. Like
It is a button, which I was surprised. But I'm like, I whispered, I'm like, with light ice. Oh my God, I was so embarrassed.
it's always bothered you that I've done
And
that.
I do it.
Thank you. You're so good to me.
Okay, I need to take a second here.
Why are you both eating on this mic? Jail.
Sorry, you're right.
Jail. The squishiest, loudest candy after my horrible day? How dare both of you? I'm so
I
mad.
know what you're talking about. I didn't chew a single thing near this
You spit
microphone.
it on my floor, even better.
No, I leaned over and chewed it over the side of the couch like a good friend would do.
As my day gets worse.
You're welcome. I ate it like a freak.
I want to take a second and acknowledge that I have been ridiculed for years for what I would order at a fast food restaurant.
We stand by
Asking
that.
for no lettuce
yeah.
on a taco is the same as asking for light ice.
No, it's not.
Blaze.
We shamed you for that.
You can't stomach the like tasteless crunch on a taco.
You know I can still hear that when you are far away. Stop with the candy.
Okay, a taco does sound good though. Interesting.
I swallowed it whole.
No, you didn't.
No, I really did.
Oh, good for you.
Let's wrap it up and you can have all the gummy candies
You
you
can
want.
chew as much as you want.
When it's not chewing into this mic that I have to hear over and over. First of all, jail.
Oh, she's so mad. She's mad.
Oh, she's mad.
I know
Big
a few police
feelings.
officers that I will call.
Okay, we're doing that. I'm really sorry. We will never eat near the mics again. I won't eat near the mics again. I can't make any promises about Brianna.
You did take a bite after I told you not to.
I thought I was doing good by getting far away, and I apologize. I will.
I'm being attacked. I'm constantly attacked on this podcast.
Attacked.
Both of you are always feeling very attacked.
Yeah.
Well, the last 2 weeks I have been because I've been going through it. Unclear as to why.
Okay, we ate McDonald's.
We are not eating gummies.
We are not eating gummies
No,
anymore.
you're not.
We are not eating or drinking while recording anymore.
We need to watch some real trash tonight. I want to.
Wait, do we want to do the Love is Blind fast forward like we did the other night?
I love that.
That was fun.
It's really hard to watch by yourself. Like it's hard to watch without having someone you can like
Talk shit.
talk
We talked
over
about
with.
this,
Yeah.
So for the listeners, one of the things we did was watch Love is Blind, but Kate pre-watched it and then fast forwarded through all the boring parts and just gave us like a rapid
Summaries.
rundown, basically.
I think we should tell listeners what we talked about and how you two would thrive on this show and how I would not.
Oh, yeah.
How we think we could win Love is Blind.
Yeah, win Love is Blind.
I think we could win Love is Blind.
Well,
Like,
the reason we fast forward through all the boring parts is because I personally am like, I cannot listen to these boring conversations, and none of us can.
they're so bad.
but
Like
then you two are like, we could fake it though. Like, we could do it. We could have these
We could
conversations.
manipulate. Well, and we would need Blaze as well because we need you.
Yeah.
I need to cause conflict in the house, right? To forward you two.
and then distract them so they come to us tortured and confused.
Yes, I need to confuse all.
Yeah. And then we also, the goal is for you to be in every single clip of gossip being shared in the like
In the
women's
house.
bunks. Yeah.
the quarters.
I'm the one where you don't know my name, but I'm in every scene.
Yes, exactly. Because there's so many people in scenes.
And you're like, who is that? We'll never see them
seen
again.
No, which I respect.
Yeah, no, it's fair. I just think that And there's one guy on this season who so far, I mean, anything could happen, who seems like all right. He seems like very cool and nice. Like, I don't want to like hurt him in our pursuit of victory.
Yeah, but you can't hurt that kind of guy because he would fall in, like, he meets somebody, he feels natural chemistry.
Like, he could fall in love with someone and like, that's what because he picked someone like right away. I don't know if there's, I don't know how their story ends, but.
No, we would want to like go for the long haul. We want these men to like get to the end. I want to be like last day, I've got 8 guys.
Yeah, I want like multiple proposals and I think we could do it. The trick is they'd have to be confused and distracted, which Blaze is where you come in.
Ooh.
I think one of the things I've noticed, and correct me if I'm wrong, there's a lot more, oh, you and I are dating the same person between the girls than there is the guys. I feel like the guys don't ever seem to like crack on who they're seeing.
It's probably because they can't remember their names.
Probably that, yeah. They seem to like honor that rule more.
Anyway, the point is that you two could go far because you would have fun faking it and making everyone fall in love with both of you, and you would say anything to get there. And you could do it.
Yeah, and we could do it.
I would rather kill myself, but this is not for me, but I am for causing chaos. I will get the truth out of the people in the house because I am a vault, but I won't be here.
Yeah, that's true. Again,
no secrets will be held.
I think we could go so far.
Anyway.
So we're doing Love is Blind tonight then?
I mean, obviously, after all this talk.
I know, it's so brutal.
We need some garbaggio.
I don't know if I'm farther than...
Again, I'm not watching it.
I've only watched what you have shown me.
No, me too. I haven't watched it since we've watched it.
I think we're close to like proposals. We're close to the end, so I think it gets a little less boring.
Wait, I might be ahead of you guys.
You are either at where we're at or ahead of us.
Yeah,
There
we have
is
not
no
seen
other
anything.
option.
No, I'm trying. Did we watch Where They Go on Vacation?
We have not watched it on our own.
Did we watch Where They Go on Vacation?
No!
Okay. Okay, that's what I was trying to say. I've seen part of the Vacation.
So you are ahead of us, as we have been saying.
Yeah, and it's so brutal. You guys, some of these conversations.
Perfect. Then you can fast forward for us.
I just want to watch when they all meet. That's fun.
Yeah, I like watching the meetings, and then I like watching them see the other people.
On vacation, yes. Yeah. When the singles come in, and then they're like, did I make a mistake?
Look, I picked wrong.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Love is not blind, my friends.
No.
Yeah, liars.
Except for the cutie patooties.
Yeah, there's like a couple from season 1 that's still together.
There's always one, I feel like.
There's a couple. I think there's a few couples that are still together. I think there's some babies.
Baby is blind.
Baby. Oh,
Ooh.
don't say that.
I can say whatever I want about babies. Have we not accepted that reality?
Oh, God. Yeah, I guess that's true.
We can't have that karma.
No.
I have the karmic bubble around me. As long as
We
Pip
gotta
is
be
alive,
careful.
I can say whatever the fuck I want about a baby.
That's true.
I mean, Dale and I rescued, when we were living in Chicago, we rescued 7 birds.
Yeah, you brought into my apartment without my
Oh
permission.
my God.
Oh my God.
I had permission.
No, you did. There's no way I would have allowed that.
No, this is what happened.
No,
I
you
asked
showed
you
up-
permission, and then
We
you
were
were like,
going somewhere. Where were we going?
my bachelorette.
Yeah.
You said you were going to drop it off at your mom's first and then come to me, and that is not the order with which things happened.
It was in the car with us. I remember.
And what was I going to do? Just be like, no, leave it outside to die.
It was a baby bird.
It was
It was
I'm
in a box
sure riddled
at
with
all
disease.
times. It had no one contracted any disease.
that we know of.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean that we know of?
I mean, I got the bird flu shortly after, so.
That is not
that's
true.
true.
Ooh, what year was this?
It was a very bad flu.
I don't think that those birds carry bird flu.
Mm.
Bird flu is not carried typically by songbirds. Typically, it's carried by waterfowl and raptors.
Like
a
a hawk.
hawk. Yeah, hawks,
I know ducks.
eagles. Yeah, it's like typically avian flu is not in like wild songbird communities or like wild bird communities.
Well, you can't be too careful. And
You guys cannot school me on avian flu. I got all the facts.
you can't be too careful. I don't want any birds in my house. That's a new rule going forward in case I wasn't fucking clear back then.
Oh no, you've been very clear for the last 9 years.
Good. I don't want there to be any opacity.
Should we wrap it up, ladies? It's
Yeah.
time for trash.
Clearly.
You know, we'll Google songbirds later. It's time to wrap up.
It's time to
That's
go.
our show. You can find us at Something Feral FTN on Instagram, Something Feral Pod at TikTok and Gmail. Look how good I'm doing. What else do I say? I don't know. Oh yes, off to get feral. See you next week.
Oy, 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 oy.